how low do the paddocks get before you move them on, or do you just have a time limit that they stay in each paddock?
Yeah, no, it's very much height, pasture height. We take them out at a minimum of, it's about 6 to 8 centimetres or 1,200 kilograms. I can explain this to you, 1,200 kilograms of dry matter. And I'll show you the pasture ruler that's used. We have to actually use a double pasture ruler. The single pasture ruler doesn't suit it's too short. So we have a double pasture ruler. But it's very much, if there's one message, I tell everyone across the country, not just people here, horse people, doesn't matter what you got, 1,200 kilograms of dry matter, or around about 6 centimetres, is a minimum requirement when you take animals out. It's not when you put animals in, and I've got Department of Ag people saying you can put them in it there and you take it down to 600 kilograms of dry matter or 3 centimetres. I just think if you want ecosystems to work, you take it out when it's minimum 6 centimetres high. And you do anything possible, adjust, sell, whatever, to ensure that happens.
Ron, can I just add to what Patrick's saying there? Some of you may have heard of the so-called stubby principle in terms of grazing. You may think talking about stubbies a bit early in the day yet, but in other words, a lot of people would suggest you graze the pastures down to the stubby when it's lying horizontal on the ground, and you put them, basically you grow it again until it's full height. I have a bit of an issue with that. That's basically management down towards Gippsland. We've worked for a number of years, and I just don't think the roots of perennial grasses are pushing down far enough. And our climate scientist we had the other day, and he's talking about we're all carbon farmers, talking about exposing as much of our pastures to solar energy so they can photosynthesise and push roots down deeper. I think Patrick's system is really a great demonstration of the way we should be going about that.
So the lady was asking a question about the impact of deer on both native vegetation and on pasture in her private property in the landscape. And look, it is a very difficult situation. Deer have no respect for land tenure boundaries, as we're well aware, and we know that they're impacting significantly on people's private land ownership in Yarra Ranges. Yarra Ranges, because of the amount of land that we physically manage, deer management is almost an impossible thing to achieve in narrow roadside corridors and small reserves. It requires cross-tenure landscape management collaborative approaches. And so there is a bit of work happening at the state government level they're currently writing a strategy on deer management in Victoria, which I'm part of the working group for that, actually going to a meeting for it this week, where they're looking at ways that they can try and improve deer management actions on the ground and through management areas. Marianne has had a little bit to do with it as well too, so there's a few people around today that you can speak to about it. But really, at the moment, our role is in really strong advocacy in that space, trying to get state government to take some action and provide some funding and more incentive opportunities to be able to apply across the landscape with private landowners working together to do deer control as well as across those land tenure boundaries. So it's a work in progress, a constantly evolving. Yeah, frustratingly slow, I appreciate, but it is hopefully moving in the right direction.
How do we manage the weight of our livestock, particularly ewes coming up to lambing? We've found it's not an issue. We can rotate them a little bit quicker if we needed to, but the breed, the Wiltipole breed, doesn't seem to have an issue with weight. Our ewes at lambing will weigh between 65 and 85 kilograms. We've